Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Anime Soirée. Today I have Kyle and Griffin with me, and we are covering season two of Beastars. Overall, I like the season. I think I liked it pretty much the same, quality wise as season one. It was a different story angle, but overall I thought pretty similar quality to the first season, which is good quality. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought that the overall the first season probably had more different characters, I guess. Whereas like this season, it really felt like we were focusing in harder on a smaller subset of that. And it just so happened that the ones that they did focus on were ones that I liked. So I was pretty into it.
Yeah, I'm really glad that, they introduced the premise in season one of, so there's a murder in the school, and like we've resolved it, which is great to do that in two seasons because we've really been introduced to all the characters. And for the main ones like Legacy and Louis, they've really developed a lot, and now they can have like kind of a new set of goals, and do something different, move on to something more exciting, possibly outside of the high school setting, which I think is getting a little stale for me. The whole world of Beastars is very interesting. They have like the meat, the underground like meat market. They have the carnivore, I think mayor, who is pretty sinister for a moment in season two. And there's a whole lot of interesting elements to the world, and I hope that when we head into season three, whenever that is, that our characters move past high school and focus on what I think are the more interesting aspects of the world. But I did like season two. What you guys
Yeah.
said, I agree with.
On the topic of the the thing you were talking about, the murder and like introduction of characters, I say that's probably my biggest gripe about the season was that, and I think we mentioned in our last episode about Beastars, was like the fact that the bear character was basically introduced so late and just you kind of know that he's the killer just because, like, I don't know, like, of all the characters that we've seen so far, like he just appears and was like, oh yeah, this is like the perfect person to take the fall, well, not take the fall because like he killed him, but like to take the emotional fall of who killed, I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name, but like
Tem.
it just kind of, yeah, Tem's murder just kind of came out of nowhere, and like I would have appreciated if we had known him for longer and like before like they actually like realized like, okay, we got to find the killer. And then, okay, this episode, oh, there's a bear character that got introduced. Apparently he's been part of the drama club the whole time and just didn't see him. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was definitely my biggest gripe about the season.
That's fair. It would be nice if they had established characters fill those roles so we can feel a little bit more weight to when like a character gets murdered or is revealed as a murderer. That's true. It was kind of lame what they did.
I was thinking like the cheetah lady in the drama club could have been an interesting killer, like, because like she's been introduced and like we've seen her plenty, and like she's a carnivore, so that
Just
could have been an
someone that
interesting
we
take.
knew existed and we've heard speak and had like a bit of personality, I think
Yeah,
would have been a better candidate. But introducing the murderer late, that kind of just like removes the element of like a mystery for me, and it kind of feels like a punch in the gut because like I was out here guessing who the killer was, and they don't reveal who the killer is until 6 episodes before that they even exist in the world, 6 episodes before it's resolved, and that's just kind of lame.
yeah, I do think I will give them props because I did like how they like after it got like I got over that thing of like him being introduced. Like I did like him as the killer. Like I thought like his whole thing with like I want to be as close to Tem as I possibly can, and like he kills Tem in the process, and like he's basically just got a massive screw loose. He's absolutely insane, but he's blinded by his own like desire to be, I don't know, his desire to be good or good friends, I guess. I don't know. It was I liked how they had him as a killer. Like
Yeah, his
how
his
interesting he was.
personality was interesting. I think that's kind of
Yeah.
what you're getting. Like he was an interesting character because he didn't seem like he was just like, yeah, I love killing. He seemed like killing was like justifiable because it was like the next level of having a relationship with a herbivore.
Yeah.
Like it was somehow beneficial for both parties. and that's
Mm.
where the screw was loose. So I do agree. He was cool. And they gave a good amount of backstory and how he wasn't eating his honey and shit. I thought that was actually like really funny detail. And so yeah, he was good when he was there, but it just felt a little rushed. Any
Yeah, I'd
thoughts,
agree with
Kyle?
that. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I agree with like I thought he was a good foil, I guess, to Lugosi because Lugosi obviously is like struggling with his relationship with herbivores, specifically like Haru, and I mean he is basically trying to like transcend his like birth, right? Like he is a carnivore, so his kind of natural role is to eat herbivores, and like the society that they live in kind of suppresses that, but like a lot of people kind of indulge in that, and people just look away. Like the whole like there's like herbivores that get eaten all the time, but Lugosi kind of wants to like make an active effort to like move away from that. And here we have like Riz, who's basically a like the complete opposite, where he views not only he does he view it as like justified, but he views it as like like the logical conclusion of a carnivore's relationship with the herbivore, and he doesn't really view it as something to be suppressed, but like something that is like something to be celebrated and something that is like pure, I guess, because it's just following your nature. So yeah, kind of like an interesting uh you know embracing your nature versus overcoming your nature kind of conflicts that we get between those two and their ideals. So
Yeah, I do like Legoshi's like kind of progression throughout season two, and that he's like actively training with oh shit, what's Panda Guy's called?
oh fuck, I forget his name.
I'm gonna have to look up a character list. But he's training with Panda Guy, and he's dedicating so much time to have a better relationship with herbivores because he loves an herbivore. And I kind of do like how they put Haru like on the back seat because it does make sense. It's like if there was someone you really liked, but there was something in the way, um, you'd probably want to fix whatever was in the way first. If you didn't feel like your relationship was appropriate. I do like her as a character, and I did kind of miss her this season. But I don't know. Legoshi's like training was interesting, and he got to spend time away from school, and we got to learn more about like um, kind of like the undercity of the whatever city they live in. We don't really know.
Yeah.
But I kind of hope that they tie it back to Beastar, the Beastar title at some point. I think there was some mention of it, but we'll see about that. But I like what Legoshi is doing in terms of development and changing his character quite drastically, and then eating Louis' leg
Yeah,
and kind of
yeah.
having to flip back a little bit there, even though that might be new news to me because I fell asleep halfway through the last episode.
Well, yeah,
I
I kind of think
definitely
that. Oh, go on.
I was just really quickly. I was gonna say I definitely also missed Haru, but also I can't really fault them for that because they kind of told us at the end of season one that he was gonna separate himself from Haru a little bit. But yeah, I definitely missed Haru as a character in the season two, and I hope that she's more involved in season three.
Oh, it's Gohan is the panda's name, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go in.
I yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't like Haru or anything, but I'm kind of glad that we didn't get a whole lot of Haru focus. Like, I'm glad that we got more time with like Lugosi and Louis, and then also with like this new like Riz guy, just because like I don't know, I kind of think that their stories are a little bit more interesting. But yeah, I mean, as far as like Lugosi's like relationship with Haru, it kind of seems like he's basically just trying to like make himself like perfect before he feels he's like worthy to even pursue a relationship like in any real way with Haru. But he's also kind of just like expecting her to like wait for him too, just kind of unreasonable, because he's not really like providing for her needs as a woman. Like a woman doesn't want like the guy that she likes to just like become the perfect man and then return. She just wants, like attention, and she wants to like feel loved right now. And I mean, Legosi's not really doing that. He's kind of just like, uh, you know, he's just being on his own. So I feel like he's like he's built up this like image of like Haru in his mind as like only being like she like she deserves the perfect man, and so I need to make myself into like the perfect man for that. But I don't know. I think that he's kind of placing unrealistic expectations both on himself and on Haru. So, but that kind of is fitting with his character, I think. So, like, I don't mind it. I just think that he's kind of, if his goal is to like, you know, get with Haru, he's definitely going about it the wrong way.
That's fair. On a more like practical standpoint,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
But
But I
it's
think,
so
like I
relatable,
said,
right?
I think it works with his character because he's very like, you know, I don't know. He takes himself very seriously, and he like thinks really deeply about these sort of things. So
He's overthinking it. That's so
yeah,
relatable.
Yeah, he's kind of an incel a little bit, and that he
Yeah.
really
yeah,
does.
he's kind of a simp and an incel. Yeah,
He kind of like he is over idealizing this relationship for sure, and he's
yeah,
going to
yeah. No,
extreme
he definitely
lengths,
simps for Haru.
and that is very much incel behavior.
I mean, aren't we all really just incels and simps?
I mean,
Deep
yeah,
down.
but if
Yeah, but you got to overcome it.
Yeah,
And
true.
right now, Lugosi's not really,
That's what season
he's
3 is gonna be.
I think
I'd be
most
down.
people, if this was a real relationship between Legoshi and Haru, and like obviously as real as it could be, most people would just like look for someone else to date.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't really like portray it as being a real relationship, like but Lugosi definitely is expecting Haru to like you know, wait for him. And I mean, I think Haru really does like Lugosi, so she's not really interested in like sleeping with other dudes, but like I wouldn't blame her if like some dude came up and was like, "Yo, like I'm here for you now." And then she was just like, "Okay, I'm going to go with that." Because can you really expect her to wait forever for Lugosi to like get his shit together? Like he's
Yeah,
Isn't there
already good.
like a little moment in season 2 where Legoshi's like she says something like, "Oh, I'm gonna go like have lunch with this person or something," and Legoshi like gets really jealous or something like that.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, and she's like, "Well, what do you expect?" And it's like, "Yeah, well
Yeah,
that
like
exactly. What do you expect?"
yeah, I think that's a good prediction. Honestly, like Haru is definitely going to be like, there's going to be a romantic, uh, a new romantic interest for Haru at some point in the next season. There has to be because
Well,
Legoshi is
now
taking
Louis
his
is
time.
back, so that could be like
Yeah,
a
but he
thing.
doesn't have a leg, so.
That's true.
yeah, fuck people without legs. They don't deserve love. No, didn't Louis like straight up say like he's not like going down
Yeah, I don't really think
he's not going
Louis.
down that rabbit hole anymore?
Nice.
Nice.
Holy shit. Nice.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but I mean, she clearly does have like some. I don't know if she like has romantic feelings, but like she obviously like was concerned when she found out that he was like in the underworld and shit. So
I don't think Louis about it. I think Will might be right here. I think he's like onto much bigger things.
I feel like he kind of respects. He definitely respects Legoshi a whole lot more, which I really liked as like a turn of his character. Like,
hmm
because that was something that was kind of like, okay, Louis, like, he was just kind of like hating to hate at this point, and like he now actually respects Legoshi, which is really nice. And I think
yeah,
that might come with that. Like, all right, yeah, obviously, like you have a really big attachment to Haru, so I can respect that, and I'll back off.
yeah, it would kind of feel like I don't even know if it would be a huge regression for either one of them, but it would definitely be a regression for like Lugosi and Louis' relationship,
Yeah,
like their dynamic, because it seems like they've already kind of moved past being adversaries, which definitely like made sense in season one because it was like, you know, they were kind of opposites in how they viewed Lugosi's like being a carnivore. Like Lugosi viewed it as something to be ashamed of, where like Louis like was, he wished he was a carnivore his whole life. So it was, kind of like how they view strength and stuff. But now that that's sort of Louis kind of had his time to like be around carnivores more and like basically become an honorary carnivore this season. He has respect for Lugosi because of that, I guess.
yeah. I think I also really liked how they like straight up called out the other guy for being a knockoff Louis. Louis was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, this is the guy you've gotten to replace me," or something like that.
yeah,
Who were they talking
yeah. That was
about?
pretty funny. About
The Ram,
Pina, the like
yeah,
alpaca
Pina.
or whatever.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I thought 10 was kind of more of like the replacement, but or Tem, but I guess he died, so.
Tem was dead before the show started, or basically before the show
Oh,
started.
not Tem. Who's the
Yeah, Pina.
The fruity alpaca is Pina.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
my
wasn't an
bad.
alpaca, was he? I thought he was like a ram or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
I
that
don't
makes
know.
sense.
Anyway, I was kind of hoping that they would like they like fake us out with like Riz killing him, and I was like, I kind of wanted that'd be kind of hardcore if Riz just killed him. Like that'd be sick. But
What
I don't know.
killed who? Louis?
No, killed Pina or Pina,
Uh,
whatever his name is.
oh yeah, yeah.
They faked us out. They were like, he was like, yeah, I killed him, and then he's like, no, he's behind that dumpster over there.
Yeah, that did feel a little cheap. It's like, ooh, the shock value, but just kidding. There's no consequences.
Just kidding. Well, I mean, there's the consequence of Grizz killing the other guy in the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. But no new consequences, you know.
That's true.
He didn't go deeper down the path of darkness. He just sort of, I don't know, stayed.
Stayed exactly as dark as he is.
Yeah.
Gosh. I don't know. I like Louis this season too. I liked how he was being weird as fuck and like eating meat. Like that was pretty cool. And how he just like admittedly in a very weird way became the leader of a gang. I liked him as a leader of a gang. He was really taking charge and he seemed to be in his element. And then he just quit. And I thought that was pretty cool too. And it definitely wasn't the perfect storyline, but I think that the high school needed a break from Louis to kind of give some other characters some time to shine. And, Louis still got screen time as well, but, kind of letting the other characters make decisions for themselves, which I thought was good.
Yeah, also we got to see more of like the dark market through him,
Yeah,
which was cool.
exactly.
Yeah, I think that definitely
Because
grew on me during this season. Like I think I said at the beginning of the season I was not like a huge fan of him being the gang leader, and I think it definitely grew on me as they like explored it more, that like whole dynamic, and I think like how it ended was a pretty good ending to like that whole thing. Um, I'm curious to see like how that affects him being a student.
Or if there's any
So
consequences for it. Like, I don't know. I
yeah,
feel like it's like in reality, you can't just like leave a gang.
you can't just leave, especially one of the biggest like everyone seemed to like know about the Leo gang, and like he just left it.
yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
I could see it
not
coming
really
back to
something.
bite him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I liked the gang in general though. I liked how they all kind of had unique personalities and stuff.
I like how they respected Louis. I thought that was like, in a
Yeah,
lot of circumstances, you would look at a carnivore who's like younger in high school and you'd be like, is this a joke? But the old guy, he saw the potential and it's kind of like, it was cool. They gave him a chance. He seemed pretty noble gang leader too. It seemed like his goals were on like protecting carnivores, right? But then he was eating meat.
Yeah,
Very
I don't know.
confusing. That part
Very
was a little
interesting.
confusing, right? Like his
Yeah.
like motive was like he was like looking for ways to make herbivores more safe or the world more fair to him, if I remember
yeah. I
correctly.
think I think just more fair. Yeah,
And
not necessarily to one or the other, but
and then as an herbivore, he was eating meat. So
well, I
that
think I think that the whole thing was that like the way that I see Louis' arc is that like um he doesn't think that anything can get done without like someone being strong and just making it happen. Because that was like kind of his whole arc in like season one, or like how it was kind of a point of opposition to Lugosi, because Lugosi was kind of afraid of his own strength, whereas like Louis, he was like trying to have more strength so that he could like make things happen, and like make the world a better place as he saw it. And so the way that I kind of see him like eating meat is like that's sort of like him being like, all right, this is necessary in order for me to be viewed as strong by the gang, and the gang is how I exert my will on the world. So that's kind of how I see it. Is like you need strength in order to get shit done, and that was like how he did it, I guess.
Yeah.
Even when it like might actually like your strength might actually be self-destructive in the way that it was for him, because it was like herbivores are not supposed to eat meat.
Yeah, that is fair, and I would agree that it makes sense for him that is a very important aspect of his persona is that he appears strong and competent, and it was kind of just like him, trying to be a tough guy. But I like how the older lion like saw through it like almost immediately and was like,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, I like that too. Yeah, and he like didn't care. He's like he wasn't like, oh, this guy's weak as fuck. He's like, dude, here's a salad.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then
He's a fucking salad.
and then there was like that whole stripper scene, where Legacy, I think that the manager like fucked up. No, the jealous girl, accidentally raised the cage for an herbivore stripper in front of a crowd of carnivores,
Mhm.
and she was like moments away from death. And then, what did Legacy do? Did he like shoot a gun at them or something? I forgot what he
You
did.
mean Louis?
Yeah, sorry, Louis. What did Louis do? He
Yeah,
saved
he was
her.
basically like, yo, I'm the big dick boy here. Stop it. Like I have a gang. Like yeah, I don't remember like exactly what the mechanics of it were, but I'm sure that there was a threat of violence.
Yeah, that scene definitely made me ask myself some questions about what sexually arouses me. Um, and yeah, it was an interesting episode.
The whole show kind of does that in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, that episode in particular,
Yeah.
if you have any
mean, they-
No,
memory.
the one that got me, it was way back in season 1 when like Juno has like Louis like pinned or yeah, no, she has like Louis pinned down and she's just like, I am so much stronger than you. I could fucking kill you right now if I wanted to. And I was like, whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is this feeling?
Different,
I
different.
hope this
But
doesn't
she was
awaken
also wearing like
anything in
short
me.
shorts and yeah, it was good. It was a good scene.
Good scene.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Trying to think of anything else.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked pretty extensively about this show. It is good, but it is, I think, lacking any real depth or direction at this moment. There's mention of the Beastars. We know Legoshi is interested in Haru, and there's like plays that need to happen, and like that's what we know about like
I'm
what.
kind of over plays. I'm kind
Yeah,
of
I'm very over. I'm very over like them showing somebody being what's Atler? I'm very
Yeah.
over them showing new people as Atler every single 2 episodes.
Yeah, no, but it'll be okay because like Louis or I mean Legosi is leaving the school and it's real this time. I know he said that he was going to do that before, but he's definitely leaving for sure this time. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good thing for the show because I think that the school setting is a little, you know,
It's
it
getting
like
repetitive.
yeah, and it's sort of like the whole show is kind of in a lot of ways it can be like it can be so like the drama, like it's like, oh, there's love triangles and like there's plays and like it all matters a lot, but like it doesn't really matter that much. But like I feel like when we're in the real world and like the stakes are a lot higher and like we're seeing like the underbelly of this like weird twisted stitched together society, that's what I like really like about the show. So I think that I'm optimistic about where it's going from here, at least just in terms of like the setting. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, normally I'm okay with high school settings, but they seriously picked like one of the most uninteresting settings for this world like possible, and I'm excited for them to leave it behind.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Any other closing thoughts on the show or the season or which animals you think are cute?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I think it's pretty close to the quality of the first season. It's just as good as, in my opinion. I enjoyed watching it. I'm very curious to see where they go in the future, and if they do manage to improve the quality by maybe moving away from the high school or something like that. But yeah, I'm also excited to see characters that we didn't get to see as much this season, Haru especially. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Um,
say that hats off to all the action scenes. They're all CG, but they're like pretty sick. They're always really good. And
They always have like crazy camera moves and stuff.
I know, and like the cinematography and like whoever's doing all the animation and like all these crazy transitions, like the production team on this show is like pretty cracked, and like hats off to them. Such a cool art style too.
Agree. Yeah. But yeah, overall for this season, I mean, like, yeah, I would say, yeah, I thought, yeah, I think it was pretty comparable to the first in terms of quality. I do like that we saw more of the dark market. I think that was probably my favorite aspect of this season, was
Yeah.
just sort of expanding the setting, and we'll get more of it soon. So I'm,
Also, more
or
Gohan.
yeah, I mean, whenever it happens. I don't know when the next season is coming out, but eventually.
Yep.
Yeah, like that scene with Louis in like the room full of dead deer, and the guy's like, "You know, this is a room full of dead deer, don't ya?" And he's like, "I know, dude. I'm tough." Yeah,
Yeah, it's real shit.
it's just real meat hours. Anyway, follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Spotify, YouTube. Coming soon, OnlyFans, and I think we're done.
All right.
Later.
Peace.
Peace.